live. Sorry, this is my second time running StreamYards and on watching this, so I'm still like, hey, hi, we're live now. Hi. So, if you're watching this later on, hindsight of the internet, thank you for watching this. This game was arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a place on the internet where people get together and play tabletop role-playing games online. So check them out. There's a link down below, gauntlet-rpg.com. The main thing you want to look out for is the Hangouts calendar, through which these online games are arranged. Through which this game, in particular, was arranged. This game is Masks by Brendan Conway, published by Magpie Games. Power Bit Apocalypse, teenage superhero hijinks, where these kids try to figure out who they are, their place in the world, all through the medium of punching people who probably deserve it, or maybe they don't. Because teenagers, who knows what they want. We are returning to the Phoenix Academy playset by Rob Weiland. You find that in the Masks Unbound supplement. All this stuff, links down below. Basically, superhero school shenanigans. And for anyone who knows the genre, Xavier School, bits of X-Men Evolution, which I only bring up because I know at least one other person in this call who has watched X-Men Evolution. So yeah, expect that. We are, for those of anyone who'd watched the Mask stuff I've run, we're back in Prospect City, which is kind of like a shared city where I've been running all these play sets. The main gist with Prospect City is that if Halcyon City from Masks is like New York, it's like Metropolis or whatnot, Prospect City, but it's not even Gotham. Prospect City is like Atlantic City. It's just a bit down south. It's a bit run down. It's a bit of a serious trap, boardwalks, casinos. It's all right, but you'd rather be in Vegas, right? I mean, it's the only reason you're here in Prospect City is because it's next to a coast. It's not even a good coast. The beaches are all right. Yeah, that's what basically Prospect City is. And of course, if you're going to situate a superhero school in a world like that, it kind of shares the same foibles. Prospect Academy is the 11th best superhero school in the world, which is sad because there's only 4 actual other superhero schools. The rest are just universities with, electives on how to be a superhero. One of them is an Assassin's Academy. So, and they're still better than Prospect Academy. So that's kind of the gist of what we have. So let's kind of introduce our players first. We'll get to characters later. Let's introduce who's here on the table. First and foremost, hi, my name's Leandro. Oh my gosh, with this setup, my name is right there. I'm pointing at it. No, pointing at it. Yeah, there we go. Pointing at it. That's my name. I'm Leandro. I'm the GM host. Hi. Let's go to order of the character keeper. Just introduce yourself first. We got your name and pronouns, and I don't know if you have anything you want to plug on the internet. Feel free to do that. If not, that's fine as well. I have nothing to plug because I just thought of this on the spot. So let's go from left to right in the character keeper. Ryan, tell us about yourself.
Crap, why did I pick the leftmost column? Hi, my name is Ryan. I use he, him pronouns. I exist on the internet, but I don't do anything particularly exciting there. Oh no, did I need to say other things, or am I done?
Yeah, that's fine. that's fine. Yeah. We'll do character stuff later, but for now, yeah, let's just let's just introduce ourselves to. I don't know. I always think people are watching this. Maybe because one person watched all of January Masks and they're like, oh, are they gonna watch back? They never did. Shout outs to you. Indian L Peer. I think that was the name. Yes, Indian L Peer. Let's Player. That's that. Yeah, but okay. Anyway, I'm getting Sabine. Introduce yourself and save. Introduce yourself and save me from this tangent.
Hello, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns that you might like. I am a lot on the internet, but right now there is still sunshine outside, so I don't have to plug anything, but you might, if it's still sunshine where you are and you like sunshine, go look at it. It's nice. Unless you get sunburned, then it's probably not. Well, and I'm not telling you about my ears getting sunburned because of undercuts, but, well, yeah. I'm stopping now.
Okay. I will say, take that advice literally. Look at sunlight. Don't look at the sun. Just sunlight. Yeah, there's a difference. Last but not the least, Ludo, tell us about yourself and all that good jazz.
Hi, I'm Ludo. I go by any all pronouns, and I'm going to start my summer vacations on September tomorrow. Looking forward for that.
Nice. Yeah, we are plugging the sun there. Absolutely. Usually I put links down below for anything that people plug, but sure, I'll give a link to the sun. Sure. Okay. So before we jump into link to the sun, before we jump into the game proper, I do want to talk about the safety tools that we're using. First and foremost, before we get into the game, just remind folks that we have lines and veils in the character keeper. Basically, lines are things that won't happen in fiction. It's just off the table. Veils are things that can happen, but we're not going to concentrate on them. Like fast forward over them, or just put them off screen. Like it can still happen, but they're not gonna be focused at with any great detail. We also use the X card for this series. Basically, if we do roll into a scene where folks feel uncomfortable for any reason, and any reason's fine, you can say they want to X card that on the video or on the chat. No, that way. Yeah, there we go. Chat there, or on the Roll for Your Party. I'm gonna ask some questions on what's being X carded, but no one gets to question if it's played. If it's played, it's played. And we'll roll back and try something else. And finally, we have an open door policy for this game. If for whatever reason folks need to step away from the table, whether there's an emergency they need to take care of, or you're more tired than you thought, you need to step away, or you need to break at any time. My go-to example is I finished off more than half my water and we've not even started playing. That's gonna have repercussions. So at any point, if you need to take a break, we'll pause the game and we'll accommodate folks because that's what we do. Important thing is safety and comfort. So all right, so let's get to know these characters then. Characters about to go into Prospect Academy. I'll go by reverse order this time. We're gonna start with returning characters and have a big debut at the end. So there we go. Anyone who's watching this, viewers, watch out. You already know these characters, but there's a new one here. So keep watching. I'm bad. Ludo, tell us about Regicide. All right.
Every time. I'll be playing Regicide, it's the superhero alias of Kasey Dread, even if their legal name is Ksenia Tsevona Drev II, a clone of the terrifying dictator Dread Queen. And they have helped fend off alien invasions, and currently they are battling the most arduous battle of them all, high school.
Yeah, I have some questions since we have, it's been a while since we've seen. I'm sorry, I'm just calling them Reggie now. I'm sorry. It should just be Kasey. Let's kind of go through like your backstory real quick because we haven't seen them in a while, and I want to ask what they've been up to since last we saw them, which was also at Prospect Academy. So yeah, your supervillain parent, who they are, and like what did they do? What did they do? As if like what did they do on the side?
When they are not terrorizing the population, they are the Dread Queen of Virtovia.
Dread Queen is just what they do on the side of oppressing the population. Yeah. So who told you about your parents' true nature? I love this answer.
Mom loved thinking about her clone program and the brilliant eternal dynasty. Never will the people of Virtovia be denied her benevolent guidance.
Now that seems like a lovely thing to inherit, but so why did you turn away from that?
Honestly, Kasey just wanted to be a normal kid and get her own identity instead of inheriting her mother's. So while Mom bragged about how useful she would be to infiltrate and conquer Prospect City from within, Kasey just could not take it anymore, and one of those infiltration missions, she just took a bag and started living in Prospect City.
Yeah. Living quite well. So who outside the team helps you on your chosen path? Someone who we should see more often.
So, Socket, a Virtovian shackled AI that was created by the Dread Queen to better manage the mechanical legions of Virtovia. So, Casey transferred its growing personality into a tiny Virtovian cleaning droid, and afterwards, Socket and Casey started finding their own path to becoming heroes of Prospect City.
Yeah, very cool indeed. All right, so we'll leave why do you care about the team for later because we've answered this question. This is the third team we're gonna have to answer this question for for Regicide. It's a bit of a mixture moving from freedom fighters trying to free your city from an alien invasion to newspaper club and also detention club because we keep ending up in detention. So we'll keep that for later. So up next, another returning character, fresh from having defeated a hellscape dimension of evil suit possessing suit things. Sabine, tell us about the Serenade of Thorns.
Yes, I'm going to play the Serenade of Thorns. They, them are their pronouns. The Serenade of Thorns uses the weapons playbook, which means that they have been conceived as a weapon. They have implant. They are kind of a cyborg, maybe, and they have impossible fighting skills. And now, after fighting, somebody thought they might maybe round up their education with things that are not fighting, and so they are sending them to Prospect Academy because, well, they wanted to stay in the city. They know people here.
Yeah, let's go through your backstory a bit as well, just because it's been a month. They're probably a bit fresher than Reggie, but let's go through them. How did you fall into the clutches of evil, and how young were you when that happened?
I do not remember. I was merely newborn when they implanted me with the Serenade implant.
Yeah, Dreaming Heaven Choir.
Yeah,
Lovely.
those guys.
So you've been to a lot of missions for them. What's the one you feel guiltiest about?
Well, after my teacher defected, Shield Blossom defected, they told me that I had to kill all the other students in my age group class training team, and I did.
That March of the Obelisk didn't see that coming.
No, he did not see that coming. The others didn't either.
So what broke the condition then? How did you escape from their clutches?
I think that whole murder your teammates started the break, and when they told me, no, go murder your teacher, that was when I did not want to obey, and I ran from them. The implant was not happy about that, made loud noises at me, but I persevered, and the noises stopped eventually, or not, or were modified, or I grew used to them. I don't know.
Yeah, you were too busy using them to fight the suits.
Yeah.
Using those noises specifically.
Yeah, I get along with the noises now. They're my noises.
Oh, that's fucking badass. So how'd you convince Aegis that you could be useful to them, though?
Well, it started out that they thought I was too dangerous to be left wandering about, but I kind of think they might know why I'm useful to them now.
This is the bit in the comic book where it's like, see Prospect City issues, blah blah blah, suits arc to see why. Since one person here hasn't actually read them, I'll just tell you now. So the Serenade was part of a group that helped uncover massive corruption in Aegis. We've made a pact with shadowy interdimensional invaders kind of corruption.
For decades.
For decades.
They had those invaders in their structures for decades, and we, for 3 to 4 teenagers, brought them down, which does not speak altogether too well for Aegis.
Oh, come on. There was at least 6 teenagers in those 3 months. There was at least 6.
Okay, I will admit there were more teenagers involved.
Yes, it took this many teenagers. They add up to how many adults? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not a good look for ages for
No.
sure. All right, I will leave the what do you care about team for later. And finally, yeah, Ryan, tell us about a newcomer to this ridiculous city, our innocent.
Yeah, so I'm playing Mary Landry, who uses she or they pronouns, who is bright-eyed here to save the day. It's fresh from the 80s. It's a bit of a adjustment, but I mean, as I put in my backstory thing, yeah, she misses mixtapes, but MP3s are the best things ever. So you have trade-offs. And oh no, what should I say now? I've already lost everything. Superhero name goes by Image and uses they them because they are in fact a shapeshifter, which means that faces are a little bit ambiguous. But off the superhero clock, she pretty much looks like the picture I have at the bottom there. Often a little bit bandaged because her main power is just punching things and determination, and that sometimes means you need bandages, or at least to wrap your fists like a boxer.
Nice. Can I ask, like, what kind of shape shifting? Is it just like taking on other people's faces? It's not like here's another X-Men Evolution reference. Post Mystique going into that chamber where she gets supercharged powers and then she can turn into an eagle. Not like that. No.
No, not gonna turn into an eagle. I have no idea why that happened in that show. It didn't make any sense.
I don't.
But,
yeah.
she pretty much just changes faces, blends in if she wants to, that kind of thing. Looks not like herself when she's out punching crime. Her supervillain self in this timeline, however, is capable of altering their composition a bit. So they'll do the kind of extended claw thing, like if you've seen Full Metal Alchemist or something, the kind of I'm slightly impervious across my arms and now I'm gonna claw you sort of thing. She's not there yet. She can just change her hair color without dye.
Aw. We'll get there. Ooh, yeah. Well, before we talk about your future self, yeah, let's go to your backstory. You seem like a very, very nice, lovely girl.
Yes, nothing will go wrong with me ever.
No.
I haven't settled on the who or what brought you to the present because I feel like I was probably like harbingered back into this timeline, but I don't know what kind of superheroes we're playing with here.
Okay.
And my when I met my future self is probably the when the team came together, because I don't think my future self trumps around going I am a supervillain all that much. It's just a lot of surprise, it was me all along reveals, sort of like
Yeah.
Mystique being a jerk.
Yeah, they seem very sneaky for sure. So we can play those two questions for now. Yeah, as we see more. Maybe. Do you want to play with, like, does Mary know who brought her here, or do you want it to be a mystery?
Ooh, I'm down for it to be a mystery. Like somebody threw me into the future, and I hope that there's a reason for it.
Ooh. The great thing with mysteries is that we don't have to answer them till later.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Punt it down the road.
Exactly. Kick the can down the road. Yeah. That's our future selves answer for that. Cue probably 4 weeks later, me shaking my fist at the camera, being like, why were we so lazy? Oh yeah, we really want to play this game. All right. So yeah, we'll punt down to what your first future self later. But you've met your future self. So how are they an embodiment of a future you never wanted?
I think they got lost in the faces to the point where I'm not really clear they have a set face they would revert back to, or does it look like my current face? I don't even know.
Sorry,
I can tell it's me. I mean, we move and talk the same sort of way, but it doesn't really look like there's Mary there anymore. Yeah, they also call things rad about as often as I do, probably.
Oh man, there's something about, like, being a shapeshifter and being like, because you're you control how you age or how you look. Like you can really just set yourself as one identity for a while, and you just get stuck. At least one base it, and hence the 80s slang. Anyway, that's a random thought in my head. So that I'm just conceptualizing this character in my head because they're probably going to be important. You already mentioned what's your favorite part of Future. MP3s are great. Definitely. So I think we can answer this question. It's a bit different from why do you care about the team. So yeah, why are you determined to stay in the present, at least with this team?
Well, the answer I put down here is that as long as I'm here, I'm clearly not them, because it can't be my future if I'm also here. I mean, that's logic. Clearly, my future is different and like 20 years down the road. Ha! I am outsmarting time. Also, these people are probably pretty fun, and I mean, MP3s, so.
Yeah, they seem fun. One of them wants to abolish a highly secretive clandestine spy agency. One of them it punches really good.
Yeah, this is clearly the darkest timeline, but I mean, I'm here. I might as well be committed.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well. All right. So let's do. It has been a while since I did this character come together thing. Let me look up the order of things first. When the team first came. Okay, yes. What's all characters introduced? Oh yeah, I forgot to go back to the other two. So go back to you, Reg side. Why do you care about this team? This group.
I guess I see a lot of myself on Serenade, even if I'm underestimating how their own thing beyond humanity they are. But when I first came to this academy, I came here as a weapon of sorts. They only knew how to really solve problems by punching something. And they really liked Gloom Train way more than they admitted at the time, and they kind of regretted not being more open about their feelings. So when they get another time displaced person wandering, it also causes certain. I want to help them include, but I don't want to project what I had with Glintame on them. At the same time, I don't want to be an ass to them. Oh, this is way more sensitive matter than I am equipped to handle. I'm
I,
ready to
I,
give out this to my therapist.
Good. It's a good thing to do. I love that you immediately just complicate the relationships just from there. Right. Like, not all time displaced kid superheroes are the same. What about you, Serenade? Why do you care about this team?
Well, I think it's mostly because these are connections. They are human, and I am partly human. And as much as I want to understand the implant, I do not want to entirely use my humanity. And I believe that is important for me to be with other people, to not to lose that, not to lose myself in the implant, and to find balance.
Cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Actually, no. Let's do our team first came together and have a question about what kind of group you are. Sabine, do you mind muting while you're typing?
Sorry.
No worries. All right. So yeah, let's do where our team first came together. So y'all are playing limited edition playbook. So this order that I have here in my GM sheet is just, but I'll put in the bonus question because that's always. Actually, you know what? Let me look at these questions. Yeah, we need to learn what y'all were doing when. So I think we'll start with the innocence question because that seems like a good way to like set up all the other questions, if you don't mind. Image, or yeah, Image. So yeah, what's your question?
When I first. Oh my goodness, I already messed it up. When our team first came together, my future self was involved, and I tried to stop them. It took the rest of the team to help me succeed. How did we stymie my future self's plans? Um, I think my future self didn't intend for me to be there, but clearly, from the phrasing of this, it looks like I alone could not stop this, and I needed to rely upon my super awesome teammates who are better at punching things and also being angry, apparently, from what I've heard about you. So.
So if you want, we can talk about like what would their plans be? What would their future selves? What they just what do they usually? What are they after these days?
Oh no, now I have to come up with an entire supervillain plot.
Well, we can all help come together. All right, so we've got a shape shifting. Did they still keep the name Image?
I marked him down as Silhouette,
Ooh.
just so we don't use the same name for everybody and get super confusing.
And Silhouette is definitely like it's like the emo upgrade from Image.
Yeah. Clearly, they had a time in the 90s.
Got really into grunge. It just snowballed from there. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, maybe it's like, ooh. So I'm imagining because they're into subterfuge, and you know they're a bit more subtle than most villainous folk, evil folk. You probably like it. Maybe there was some sort of incident happening, and you could see like I don't know, like maybe you see like you saw that your future self was behind this sort of incident. Maybe I wouldn't say maybe a bit more ambitious than a bank robbery, but like let's say some highly secretive things was being like snatched or stolen, like let's not go for take over the city that quickly.
Yeah, all I'm coming up with is the standards of rob a bank, take over the city,
Kidnap the
rule
mayor.
the world. None of those are good plans.
Ooh. Now we're keeping the spider on ice. That's another character that another player character has to deal with. Where we're not touching the spider here. That's David's thing. Sorry, more references. Sea, Prospect City, etc., etc. Yeah, maybe kidnap the mayor. That's a classic one that we haven't seen in a while. Spider on ice. Spider-Man on ice would be like, ugh, the injuries from that. Anyway, we're being distracted by our own banter again. Yeah, so maybe like,
yeah, totally like kidnap and replace the mayor or something, where you are taking control of the city without anyone knowing.
Ooh, I think we do have a mayor name. I'm trying to remember from way back in December. Prospect City's mayor is Karen McConnell. She's a bit corrupt. There we go. she's a bit corrupt. Yes. I remember now. My only description for her was bit corrupt. So I think in some warp way, maybe like your future self is like, you know, this mayor sucks. I'd probably do better. You know.
I could go to a town hall, but I mean, why bother?
just cut the town halls out. Yeah. We noticed she was replaced when she spent a month without gentrifying the city. Come on, Lito.
Oh no, they're seeing through my mask. I must make 60 Starbucks.
Yeah, and I think probably because you need the rest of the team to like succeed in unmasking her. So she probably had like a bunch of contingency plans. She learned to get around not being able to actually fight. Like, you know, probably a lot of people like maybe, you know, classic brought duped a superhero or a superhero team or a duo because Prospect City doesn't have teams to like, protect her and fight you lot, and probably like made you out to be like some sort of I have a doppelganger from another dimension, specifically you, image or something like that. Does that sound interesting? That sounds like a good basis for something.
Yeah, I'm into it. And so I tried to stop them probably with a really poorly thought out plan. Like, it's okay, I will just punch them and they will be distracted and revert, and everyone will see we're the same person and everything will be awesome. And it didn't work. So I probably needed the rest of the team to A, save my dumb ass, and B, fight the silhouette person or something.
Yeah, I think I'll take Ludo's suggestion that you got into a fight with another superhero because because you got into this. You fought with Regicide's family's greatest enemy, Infinite Violet, who has access to the purple dimension. That's her name. She's a bit of an ass. Last time we saw her, she's not a great person, and I think probably by not by kind of by sheer coincidence. Yes, Regicide's probably there to like, hey, daughter of a Dread Queen, I'll probably need to reapply to the mayor's office, and probably same with Serenade or something like that. That's how the two of them were there, and being teenagers, you're not like stupid adults. You can see what's happening. Nah, nothing that simple, but like, I think that's a good basis. We'll flesh it out probably as we go along. That sounds interesting.
I think the core of how we stymied my future selves plans was forcing or somehow irritating or something them enough that they revealed they were indeed not
the mayor,
Karen, whatever, and the plan kind of fell through. Although maybe people would rather have a non-Karen mayor, and so now they can run in the next election. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the revelation gets a mixed response from Prospect City. Like, well, this Karen's been doing quite well. All right, so okay, that's good. I think that's a good incident to get around. Let's go to Regicide's one. Their question.
Someone important learned about my lineage and condemned as. Who? Why? Is there anyone in Prospect City that does not know about my lineage?
I think they didn't. No one. I don't think people made a big deal of it. They just, that's a new hero, Regicide. She helped save us from the Tangi invasion. I don't know if like people know. No.
Actually, I think probably after I started, after we stopped the mayor, and Regicide started to have their own streaming channel and rallying people against Aegis, and Aegis basically started to run a counter campaign to get her cancelled, and basically they leaked a lot of the deals that the Dread Queen had with Aegis, but I forgot to mention that part. A lot of their plan to use Kasey to infiltrate, so they tried to discredit Kasey. And well, who really went against us was Golden Development, because once again because Kasey was being pretty vocal about what has been gathering as the Prospect Commons, which are pretty much the parts still ruined that have been kind of taken by enclaves of people that lost homes and jobs during the invasion. So they gathering these basically squatters slums in which they form kind of an independent commune from the city, and that basically a few superheroes, in case the most relevant, have been protecting them from being just removed, and basically Golden Development used this to to invalidate the community defense efforts from Casey and the others, and to basically use this opportunity to kick those people out and gentrify those ruined lands and build apartments for the wealthy.
I'm looking at my old notes to see what Golden Development was like.
I think you've lost me a bit, Ludo, here. With I thought we were fighting the mayor doppelganger, and now we're fighting the gentrification in our first fight. I'm a bit confused here.
I thought
Sorry.
this is more on the fallout of the fight, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't think how this during the fight that this could happen, especially because I'm already fighting Infinite Violet. So I think this is probably the consequences after the fight.
Okay. Yeah, so I just looked up Golden Development. Always tries to run for mayor. Garish gold and silver suit. Has a super vehicle called Local Pride. They have a supersonic voice. That's their power. Yeah, they seem like man, we don't have any cool superheroes to look up to. We really don't. There's Magma Fist. He makes Magma Fists.
Manifest is great.
Yeah, he's great. Fucking Magma Fist. All right. I think I'm down for that. Interesting what Golden Development would do with a superhero school. All right. Just to keep rolling through. The next question, Serenade, yours? Yours is very simple.
Yeah, mine is very simple. We did something as a group to decompress after the fight. What was it? So I guess we were fighting and hitting things and shouting at people maybe a bit and getting innocence out of the way, which is always important and which we should do because somebody told me that that was important and I believe that. I think it was Agent Fumero, I think, maybe, or Kevin, I don't know. Anyway, I told you that now we had to celebrate our victory and we had to go to the Starbucks. Because I know people who work there and yes, and we might play a video game there. They have these arcade things.
And they don't have s'mores frappuccinos in the 80s, so mind blown.
That is true.
And
that is true.
I have no idea about what arcade games there are, but we are playing maybe something where we have to shoot Space Invaders or something like that.
See, it's already making you feel welcome a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty old school.
All right. So I think probably here is where you all learn that, hey, we're all going to this school together. Well, we just band and when we band together. So here's the next question I'm gonna ask all of y'all. So you need to decide on whether your group is a club or a clique. A club is like an officially sanctioned group in the academy. That's faculty sponsorship. Most clubs have like their own history traditions, but like, you can make a new one. What happens is the academy will ask them to do stuff, to uphold the academy. They must do like public service projects, but that means you get backing from the academy, that sort of thing. So some clubs are like the Future Superheroes of America. They're a thing. Let's see, I'm looking at the examples here. There's a group called the Honor Roll. They're just they're the Honor Roll. They sound like jerks. So there's that. The Pioneers, which are basically the mad scientists group. They're basically corralled by the academy to be like, all right, you're gonna use your brain powers for good. That's why we have this club. Or you can just be a clique, which is it's just a group, slang term for friend groups, informal squads. That means faculty members would be like about cliques, but they've got a bit more freedom. That's so you got groups like the Shadows of Justice, who are the Naruto cosplayers. They're ninjas, ninja jocks. I have them in my notes. There's the Alchemical Society of Secret Magics with a CK. Those are the goths. They don't have magic between. None of them are magical. The other magic groups are like, no. there's a good example from the book, the Mistakes. They're an all-girl punk band / superhero team. They seem cool. Yeah, so the three of y'all, who might get a fourth, we might get a fourth player a week after next. Do you prefer being a club or a clique? It sounds, well, it's up to y'all, but I'll roll whatever you think seems right.
Yeah, I don't know if Kasey wants to rope us into her journalism thing, and if she has registered that as a club to get on the teacher's nerves with her club, and I have my privileges here and leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, or maybe the journalism club is kind of dead because we did a very poor job last semester, and maybe
Maybe you want to revive it with
or
these
maybe
two.
just rebrand it as a new club.
Okay.
What about you, Image? What do you think? Which one are you feeling?
Oh no, I've already forgotten the question.
Do you prefer being
I'm
a club
awake,
or
I
a
swear.
clique? No worries, no worries. I know it's early where you are.
I'm not strongly wed to either. I mean, I guess I lean toward clique because we seem like a bunch of weirdos, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Here's an idea. Because the previous newspaper club did such a poor job, it's been taken over by a new group, new newspaper club, the Prospect Paper, and they're like, oh, that regicide and them lot. Where are they even now? They did such a poor job, and maybe you're kind of like you're more underground, sort of like we stream stuff, we post blogs. People use blogs. We're bringing them back. That sort of thing. I don't know, but it seems like Image is going to be along for the ride.
We're the underground secret
Yes,
newspaper.
You would have to
yes.
explain to the Serenade what a blog is, but
It's like a zine, but better.
like a what?
Never mind.
I'm not from America.
Awkward silence in the Starbucks. And then
only by Mary slurping and then getting a brain freeze.
All right. So it sounds like click. Sounds more like that seems more in tune with this group for sure.
Indeed. So what is the theme of the clique?
Besides being misfits, we can belay it up later, but you're now part of a clique. If you have a team name besides the new newspaper or the
the better newspaper club, no, probably not.
The real newspaper. Okay, all right. Why are my markers for anti-authority stuff from the 90s? I don't know why. It's zines, real. Okay, all right. So,
oh my god, I have an awful idea.
Oh my god.
Tell it.
The bread capers.
The bread capers? Wait, can you write that down?
You will have to explain that.
How does one cape bread? Okay. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to explain that to most people.
Yeah, that would be a very bad name. I think we can actually go. I mean, none of us has a home, in a sense. So we can go for something like that.
The Dispossessed. No, that's a great sci-fi book, but a terrible name.
The Refuge.
The Refuge.
We take people in.
Yeah, I mean, we're teenagers, right? So we can be a bit dramatic about this.
Yes.
You're the voice of the voiceless. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Or just voiceless. And Screech finds this name offensive.
I find this name very weird, but if you think it is a good name, I will, of course, follow your lead, because you
I
are
mean,
the person who knows about blogs and scenes and other things and what to do with them.
I mean, Voiceless is a cool name for a zine. I don't know for the clique.
Well, in the interest of moving forward, we'll stick to Voiceless for now. That's the name of the zine, anyway, that Kasey is roping the two of you into helping. For sure. All right. So there's an extra thing with Prospect Academy. This is a way to like build up the faculty and whatnot. So if you go to the NPC tab in the Character Keeper, there's a list of questions, and each of you is gonna ask another player a question from that list. So I don't answer these questions. You ask amongst yourselves. You ask amongst yourselves. And again, you don't have to take from the list. No, Mr. White is not a supervillain. You can secretly believe so, but he's not. He's just weird and creepy. But yeah, you can invent a teacher, or you can use the ones here. But yeah.
Oh, I've got a question for Kasey. Which teacher do you think would make a good headmaster?
Oh, I think Majestic Magenta, because I'm pretty sure that Majestic Magenta is hiding her power level, and she will just like to fight the power as much as we do.
So you think might makes right? No.
No, I think that she is used to stand up with the abuse of her former mentor. There's a reason why she did not strike on her own and does not want to be associated with Infinite Violet, which is exactly might makes right incarnated.
All right, sorry, English teacher. What's wrong with Magnus Gray? He's. I wrote down lovable. He seemed lovable. And when I say stony face, I mean because his face is literally made of stone. He can't help that. All right. Does anyone have any more question? Want to ask each other?
Fine. I will ask a question then. Serenade of Thorns. Which teacher do you secretly believe is a supervillain?
Interesting question.
Can't be Mr. Wyatt. I just
Why not? Enid doesn't like him, and he made her cry. He made her cry, and he probably is a supervillain, but that
right.
Maybe not secretly. He's not secretly a supervillain. He's openly a supervillain. Okay, so I think it would be the Prism. I believe some part of me believes that one of these 7 personalities must be a suit.
Interesting. Yeah, does Prism even know?
Yeah, maybe one of her personalities is a supervillain, and I saw where that leads. If you have a supervillain inside of you, that does not go well usually, so I don't trust her.
Interesting.
So I have a question to Image. Which teacher will just not get you a break?
I think it's the gym teacher, Nictea, if you pronounce that correctly, because given that I don't have super awesome combat powers, I need to pay it tip-top physical shape, and I'm clearly not giving my all. I mean, I was slacking for half of those laps. Could I even climb a rope before I got here? I mean, come on.
Yeah, and I think Nictea. I need to put pronouns for these people, because I don't just because Nictea was just a name I put down, so now we have to define them. Um, I think Nictea is definitely a type to be like, if you're going to be a superhero, you gotta. Oh, what accent am I giving them? If you gotta be no, not that. If you're gonna be a superhero, you need to you need to be like tip top physical form. You need to have a base to work on. If you don't have that, you're gonna die. That sort of thing.
Yeah,
I think.
and former street vigilante with scars clearly was like, I know how bad it can get. You're not ready.
Yeah, there's a moment where they just look out the window, and for some reason, the whole world just turns into darkness, and there's a moon lighting up upon them. Oh, him. He seems like a him. You know how many parents I have. Thanks, Ludo. No, I'll figure out what Nick's pronouns are in a moment. Um, yeah. So that's ooh. Maybe they're hard on you specifically because I don't know. Maybe they. No, I cannot keep connecting your people's evil future selves to teachers. I cannot do that. I can't be doing that. No,
Why
no.
not?
Maybe yeah. Maybe Nick is hard on you. Um. I've decided Nick is a she. There we go. I think Nick is a term for bat, so I don't want to make them another Batman clone. So yeah, I think Nick is a she. I think yeah, she's definitely harder on you. Um, than probably is what's fair, because I think she probably had a run in with Silhouette back in the day, or there's a history there. I think you can tell, Image. There's a history there that she refuses to say. It's not a good
Yeah,
history.
she's clearly taking out her baggage on me through extra push ups.
Yeah, and she's got that line of like, yeah, well, it's part of the training. It's part of what you need to be a superhero. All right. Okay, so that sounds good. We got to know these teachers just a bit more. All right. What to do after this? Oh yeah. Let's do relationships and influences, and then we'll take a break, and then I'll give you a scene. I want to see all together in the school, and then I have an announcement to make. Well, the headmaster announcement to make. But let's do relationships first. Let's go back to you, Regicide.
Okay, so I have to open my cyan thingy.
Yeah, I know. I know you want to move on to another playbook, but here we'll
Yeah.
work with what we have.
Well, good thing I already have it open. Okay, so relationship. Blank is the only one who understands what I'm going through. I told them which part of me I wish it was more like my parent. Oh, I think this is probably Serenade. Yeah,
Ooh.
I think I told Serenade that everything seems so easy to Xenia. She's so confident. She never second guesses herself, and I wish I was more like that. That I have done this new identity, but I wish I just was just as confident on my own skin as she is on her.
Aw.
And the other one, my parents once fought and trashed blank. I've got to find a way to make up to them. This is open is interesting. Was it image or was it silhouette?
And if it was Silhouette, why do you feel guilty about that and need to make it up to me?
Maybe
Maybe. Oh god.
before she became silhouette, older image, and I knew because it was on the Hall of Victories of the Dread Queen when she vanquished Image, and maybe I feel that this defeat was what changes her path.
One of the ways, because that's the thing with the innocent, is that there is a lot of like many ways it could have happened. Your future self, they have a section there of like, ooh,
Yeah, I'm totally switching mine to oh no, what was it? They failed horrifically at something because I think is it the Dread Queen, you said? Just
Yeah.
beat them into paste. I totally failed. Let everyone down.
Aw.
No wonder that Casey feels, oh no. Oh no. I must prevent this awful future. Also, to tell off my mom from the process.
Oh, maybe is that why you're interested in helping out this younger image, because you knew at least you recognized that, oh, this is someone my parent would just dealt
Yeah,
a
make it even more conflict.
wow, and I thought we weren't gonna go into Monster Hearts, but here we go.
Where we
Well, no,
are.
this is masks. This is proper superhero bullshit. This is great.
These 3 layers of bullshit we are in.
So many layers. All right, cool. Serenade, about yourself?
I start with the second one. You consider Blank your primary handler, and I would say that would have to be Kasey, because she's been at the school for a while now, and she knows the way around, and she knows all the stuff about blogs and things and whatnot. So I consider her, my primary handler, in a way that she's the one who guides me through this academy thing, like a, oh, what's the word? What's this word? I forget the word. Yeah, like a mentor for school life, because she's done it and I haven't. And I would like, okay, I have to write it down here. And you and Blank have forged a friendship based on similar trauma, I guess. So that would have to be Image. And the similar trauma would be that we are both quite out of our element here a bit. From totally different directions, but to figure out what a blog is, you don't know that, I don't know that.
Yeah, computers fill an entire room. They don't fit in your phone. I don't know what Kasey's on about, but
yeah.
But yes, we are both fish out of water, just going in different directions.
Yes.
God. Oh, you poor dears. And Image, your relationships.
Let's see. I guess I'm going to start with the one that I have no clue what the answer would be. So I saved someone important to Blank, and they're now my biggest defender. Does someone want to be my biggest defender? Because I have no idea what this could have been.
It could be pretty simple that you defended one of my favorite Starbucks bartenders from somebody. Yeah, wow. Come on. It doesn't have to be totally traumatic.
Yeah, we bonded over a need for Starbucks.
Yeah.
Clearly, we don't really know what's going on, but we do know coffee is important.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
In that case, I'm using the probably better idea of Kasey is the one helping me understand this weirdo future, and I follow their lead.
Kasey knows what's up.
Yep.
Definitely do. All right. Last thing is influence, and then we're going to take 5. So influence, let's come back to you, Kasey.
So I don't want to be defined by my parent, but I also don't want to be defined by my peers. That's why I give influence to 2 of my teammates, which means everyone has influence on me. So much for not being influenced by peers.
Well, hey, look, it just happens. To Serenade.
I'm still searching.
Oh yeah.
But I think what I have is choose a demeanor. If I'm wary, give 2 teammates influence over you. If you're cowed, give everyone influence over you. I'm wary, but that's fine. I'm not cowed. I'm not cowed anymore. I was when I started out, but not anymore. But you still have influence over me because, because I always wanted friends. But trusting people is a bit tricky. Cat.
Yeah. It's tricky. Oh my god, there is a cat in the background.
Yeah, 2 kids.
Sorry, I'm just,
Yes, I have a bunch of cats, and they are staying off of the computer, but
for now.
they'll be around.
Okay. And for yourself, Image, your influence.
These people are your guides, your friends, and the ones helping you find a better way, but you're careful about whose guidance you follow. Not that careful, though, because I give influence to 2 teammates, and I only have 2.
It all works out. Okay, so everyone cares about everyone. There we go. Or at least cares about what everyone else thinks about them. All right. That's oh god. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's take 5, and we'll get in one scene at least, or we'll see what happens. I have an opening thing, but and an announcement, and then we'll see where we are, and we'll set up Prospect Academy a bit more thorough than we did last time. So let's take 5. Let's come back in 5. See you in a bit. I know StreamYard is like way more stable than Jitsi, but I have missed putting on like YouTube videos as interstitials during the breaks. I mean, I could still technically do that, I guess. Kind of, but like Jitsi had like an actual function, which is like, oh, just drop in a YouTube video. It's weird. But this is like way more stable, so. Okay, you offer that, Sabine, but would Kasey want to use Raphael as an NPC contact?
Nope.
I think my rule of thumb with like other PCs is like if you're fine to offer them up as NPCs, but like Raphael, what happened to him? Poor dear.
He ran away from school, and now he's fighting gentrification and capitalism, like he always wanted to.
With a magic book.
Yeah, well, the magic book, that's more leverage, you know? You can use that to get something you need. I mean,
of course,
besides, magic should be there for everyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. I'm looking at the old Prospect Academy sheet, and there's a character called the Architect, and in brackets just says superpowered urban planner. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Maybe he can finish a building project on time. That's a superpower.
Wow. And he needed to go to school for that? Okay. Sure, Architect.
Have you any idea how many construction projects are just late? Ever. Always. They are always late. They have been late in the 18th century. Jane Austen complains about that.
Okay.
That is finishing a construction project on time. That is a superpower.
All right.
It would mean that everything would go without a hitch, without any failure in between. That's dude. It's magic.
That will make sense why the school is still standing. It doesn't make sense in why most of Prospect City is still like, we'll build that some other time. Anyway, that's a concern for another game. All right. I do want to do a quick check-in. How are folks feeling?
Happy?
Oh, that's good to hear. All right. Let's see. Ryan says he's back. Just waiting for T to ding. I'm just seeing if there's any more. There is a bunch of students I just made up names. No one got to see. I might just drop them. Oh, drop them when I can. Princess Flower. I wonder what her deal is. I'm saying BB Lewis David. We at least met them once. Okay, cool. Everyone's back. Okay, so just to kind of like set the scene. Oh, before we go, actually, I should mention as well that actually no, I'll save it for later. I'm getting a mix up. All right, some custom moves, but we'll get to that later. All right, so it's been a week since you've all come back to Prospect Academy. One of you has come back. The other two is probably just come for the first time. I think because I like a ludicrous reason as to why Image is here, even though managing to stay here in Prospect Academy, even though your time displays and whatnot. Maybe I kind of like the idea that after, because there was you're not the first time displaced teenage superhero to be around here. There's probably like a fund for for people like
Uh,
that.
yeah, I mean, clearly there's been an innocent before. I mean, every now and again, people come back from darker timelines or get bumped forward from other timelines. And there's probably a little scholarship fund set aside for them because they don't have their own resources. That's sweet.
Oh my god, yeah, not just like innocents, but like harbingers and all that sort. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. There's a fund to like, all right, yeah, we'll pay for this year of Prospect Academy. It's not a big fund. Um, Probably there's like some graduates who are contributing to that, but it's enough for you to stay here. And I think obviously like Serenade, you have Aegis sponsorship. Again, one of those like, I'm so sorry, thanks for saving our butts sort of deals. Kasey, you're back at Prospect Academy. I gotta wonder, why is that?
I figured that for all intents and purpose, Casey has to keep the illusion that they are a normal kid living the path, trying to be a good citizen of Prospect City, and but they really don't have much interest in school, and basically they just take just enough on the test so that they are not expelled.
Fair enough. Um, all right. So, and y'all came in knowing each other, so I assume y'all got to know each other. And Casey told plans about the zine, the voiceless, that sort of thing. And I think a week in, probably after the first weekend coming back, there's a big school assembly. You're all brought to the assembly hall. It's probably the nicest place in Prospect Academy in that there's curtains and some like auditorium seating. Which is like, whoa, seats that are built into the floor. That's weird. And so everyone's kind of there. Um, and from on the stage, from beneath the stage rises up your headmaster. We established in the previous series that your headmaster, Magnus Gray, just pops out from underneath the ground. Like a hole would pop up and he just show up. And he is like a big, broad stone demon from the Cobalt dimension. His face is basically like an Easter Island Maori head, but with a more big blocky chin. You could eat a feast off that chin. He's big and he's wearing a nice suit as well. And his eyes are kind of like just rectangular like holes, and you can feel like brimstone coming out of those hole from those eyes. And he just says that it is with deepest regret that our most recent student council elected in the past year, all 5 members have, including our student council president, let me know the name here, our student council president Ashbridell, they've all individually stepped down. Each of them have come across well, it's hard to summarize. One of them is off battling an ancient family curse. Another one has just discovered that they're fated to bring about a dark dimension, a dark timeline. Another one has rediscovered family, and so on and so forth. You know how our lives go. Unfortunately, that means that we have needs for a new student council. So, for this month of September, we are reorganizing and holding a snap student election. Now, I know the previous election was problematic. So I do hope that our student body, including our newcomers, welcome by the way, our newcomers will go into the battleground of democracy with open hearts and fair values. That is all. Then he slowly rises back down into the earth. So, at the end of this series, there's going to be an election, and there's 5 men positioned in the council, but everyone knows president's where it's at. And I think almost as you all file out of the assembly hall into like, I imagine there's like a quad area, just like a square where in the middle, that's where like the assembly hall kind of leaks out. And I know we need to determine the geography of this school. You hear like murmurs already, just like oh, who's going for it, who's going for student council president. Oh, I hear, the hot shot at the future heroes of America, that woman Diamond Dust, she's going for it. And just you just hear sort of things. And I think the three of you find each other as you're being out of the assembly hall. I think you're going into lunch, probably. Let's skip a class. Hey. So like, oh, go ahead.
I wanted to start playing, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go start. Yeah, I think just the three of you in this quad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would go up to Kasey and ask, Kasey, can you please explain to me what this is about? I have no idea what it would mean if somebody would become school president, and what the battleground of democracy would entail, and how I have to fight there, if I have to fight at all.
Well, you see, the student council is an empty position that looks great when you're trying to go for a college. And honestly, if you're gonna go for a college from this academy, you need all the help you can get. Probably you have to have service on the student council, and well, there's not really a democracy because you're electing a powerless body, and we know how these things go. It just, there's no agenda, there's no platform, it's just a popularity context. I should not worry about this much.
It seemed to be worth an announcement by the headmaster, so I thought it was important.
Seriously? I mean, I've
Yes.
been here for a while and I never heard anything important coming from the headmaster.
Okay, but like the student council is important. I mean, I ran for president every year and never, well, vice president actually, and never actually made it. But maybe here I could. But don't they actually do something? I mean, they organize like dances and stuff in my school.
Well, with the signed budget, and they have to conform to the codes of the school. So it's basically they are given the boring part about the job. But I mean, if you want to, I see no reason not to lend you our support.
Boring jobs are sometimes important jobs, okay?
I will abstain, say my opinion about dances on this school. I know better than that. Now.
I believe Aegis can get me into a college, so I will not run for a position. But Image, I will support you, of course.
So,
even though your image has disappeared now.
Oh, yeah. Headphones just cut out, apparently. You'll give Ryan a second there. And I'll probably reiterate this, but remind folks of what Ludo called in the chat, the hot goss move. It's in the NPC tab as well. When you put an ear out for school gossip, name what you're putting your ear out for, and then your roll plus mundane. Don't roll it Serenade. Don't you dare. Unless you really want to get your label shifted or some XP.
No, Kasey will do it if nobody does. So, a Serenade says that, mentions ages. Kasey just sighs and leaning and showing her t-shirt saying abolish ages.
Could you refrain from abolishing ages until after they have gotten me into a college where I can have a laboratory and finish my studies?
You don't need ages. If
I
they
mean,
don't exist, then you can just get your lab.
how would I do that?
Because ages does not have the lab anymore. You can have it.
So I would just overthrow ages. That seems needlessly complicated.
No, not really. I think taking your time going through college and then in the hopes of getting the lab, that's way more complicated. I mean, after all, Aegis did not build that lab. Purpose City did, and Purpose City is not benefiting from it.
Yeah, well, I do not understand the logic.
Oh, just to catch up, Ryan, on what you might have missed. I just told folks about the gossip move. It's an NPC tab. When you scroll down to row 16, Phoenix Academy moves. When you put an ear out for school gossip, name it, and roll plus mundane, and then if you hit, you'll hear a rumor. And on a 10 plus, you can ask a follow-up question. On a miss, the rumors are about you. So, so that's fun to watch out. So Kasey was about to roll for that, and Serenade started talking about how because Kasey is presenting their abolish Aegis T-shirt, and Serenade's like, yeah, don't abolish Aegis until they put me into college, which makes sense.
So basically, I think that the best way to help a relatively unknown person like Mary into the race would be to get some hot gauze on diamond dust. So, time for that move. Time to get that bread. It's plus mundane, right? Yes, failure. Give me that potential.
Okay, all right. You want potential. You want to move playbooks. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if you can help, Serenade. This is a failure. Okay. So, the rumors. So, when on a miss, the rumors you hear about you and they aren't good. The GM will shift your labels appropriately. So, here's what you hear: the scuttlebutt, and I think the scuttlebutt just gets to you directly. And I think, here's someone who delivers. I think as the trivia kind of walk in, someone runs up to you and you recognize Kasey. That it's Screech. I've described Screech as a tiny emo girl in a how I don't know what emo people wear these days. I'm just imagining what I wore back in the day. But no, just wearing a hoodie and black hoodie. I think they have black. Yeah, it's all black, and they have a. Oh, here's how they communicate. They had a magic wand that would spell out words, the Harry Potter style, specifically that specific bit of Chamber of Secrets, and I think this is the first time you've seen Screech since the summer break. First time after summer break, Kasey she stops from the tribute and she just waves out like, "Is it true that Vortuvia is invading Prospect Academy?"
What?
There's a new student. They're saying that they're here to secure Prospect Academy for the Dread Queen. That's you, right?
What? You know me.
Yeah, I know, but like stuff happens during the summer.
Yeah. Who is this other student?
All right, so I'm gonna shift your label. Your labels. Your superior is gonna go down, and your freak's gonna go up. So I think you Screech kind of like directs the three of you and through the quad, and I think you go through into the main school building where all the classrooms are, and then the entrance hall there's this tall figure in what if Tony Stark developed medieval armor, that's sort of like this like medieval knight sort of outfit, but like in black and gold. Look, there's a specific French knight image. I need to find that later. But yeah, but looks like there's inscribed in like runes and whatnot, and you can hear them. They're just declaiming something, and their voices like process and whatnot. And then at the moment the three of you enter, this figure just turns towards you and takes a knee in front of you, Kasey, and just says, "My liege."
God damn it, not one of you guys! What are you doing here?
Our glorious queen, Senia Svetnova Dread, has sent me to watch over you, my liege. She's concerned of recent goings on in Prospect City and is looking out for your welfare.
That's so typical of her. She always goes by backdoor dealings with ages or invading alien overlords or robot knights instead of, actually calling me, sending me an email.
She feels that you would simply ignored a call or an email.
I never did that. She never just calls.
She presumed that you would have ignored a call or an email.
Well, she presumes too much.
Nevertheless, I am a registered student at this, they look around, academy of yours. But I am yours to command, my liege.
How did they let you in?
Our glorious queen assured me that this academy has lax standards.
Well, she's not wrong.
In the background, Mary is just kind of looking at Serenade like, does this happen a lot? What is going on?
I'm looking at you like I have no idea. I don't know what normal is, but this is weird to me.
Well, we seem to have a problem because I already have a confidant, a knight devoted to me that has been protecting me. If you want to take a place at my side, you must prove yourself by facing my champion. And I turn to Serenade like with bleeding eyes. Please.
I am supposed to be your champion?
Just disable him.
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, you know what happens now, right? I disable him, so sure, why not?
Oh my god. Okay. School fights week in.
Yeah. Well,
this is Prospect Academy image. Hello.
Yeah.
What's good?
I will lash out physically. And roll with danger. Let's see how that goes.
Your danger's really good.
It's an 8. Yes, my danger is really good. It's an 8.
Okay, all right. So pick one.
Well, I want to take from him his ability to move.
Ooh, I think. All right. So as soon as you deliver the whatchamacallit, the declaration, Kasey, the knight stands up and says, "I will take on whatever," and then Serenade just does their Serenade thing on him. I think it's like a lot of like very precise hits.
Yes. Just a 1, maybe. It's enough. Could be enough. Stepping up to them, hitting them where it counts, and then
I think you hit the exact rune that kind of makes the suit go. So they stand up, they go, and you hit them and just, and they're frozen, pointing at the sky, and they're like, and then you hear like a more muffled voice going like, "Release."
And I look back at you, Kasey, and say, was that satisfactory?
And Kasey crosses her arms. Do you see? How can you prove yourself able to serve me when you cannot even stand in equal grounds to my champion?
Ooh. Part of me wish there was like a shut someone down move. No, no, no. Why not do that? Rope was cold. I think you hear. I don't want to say you hear crying, but you kind of hear a sniffle or two inside the suit of armor. I, I, I'm sorry, my liege. I thought. Okay, no, they're muffled. I thought I was ready for this assignment. Oh, there's totally like a gaggle of people watching like the four of you because Image and Serenade they know you're friends with Kasey Dread. So people are just like, oh yeah, but like yeah, you can hear, yeah, the three of you can hear like this person trying to hold back the sniffles. They're like, I thought it was, I I I prostrated myself in front of our glorious queen. I thought I was ready for this. I I'm what can I do to prove myself?
Well, it seems you need to learn, and good thing that you are on a school. So instead of, coming here to be my bodyguard and servant, perhaps you can join me as my colleague and become a true member of this academy instead of playing games among nobility and royalty.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for this. I think they're thoroughly just normally you'd provoke, but like, nah, they're kind of like they're hold back the tear. They catch their breath like you hear those breathing sounds, and then and then it's like, very well. By the end of this semester, I swear, in the name of our glorious dread queen, that I will prove myself worthy of 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 your of your patronage. This I swear.
Does that mean I will have to hit him again?
No, this means he's free to find his own path.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't have a good feeling about this, but I really don't want to hurt him.
I did not hurt him. I just disabled him.
No, I hurt him.
Oh,
You disable him.
yes.
I'm still here, you know.
Do you have
Yes.
a name? And if so, what is it?
Stalwart.
Stalwart. Very
Yes.
well.
That's a good name.
Thank you. I chose it myself.
How unusual. Tell me,
Uh,
do you know Socket?
only only what Svetnova Dread News has said. They are. Wait, what's Socket's pronouns?
They, probably.
Okay, yeah. They are. They are the interloper who has stolen you away from our glorious queen.
Well, he was a servant that was mistreated and was my precious companion. And they too choose their own name, and they too choose their own path. Perhaps I should introduce to both of you. I don't think Mother is aware that the blooming sentience within you. She's always very careful with shackling her toys.
I think they're very confused. They don't know what to say about that. Yeah, I think we will cut from there. I had a funny image of like as soon as everyone just leaves, they still can't move. They're still stuck there. I think probably like people go to class. Someone gets him. One of the there's
Can
a
I reactivate him?
Yeah,
I
I think you
mean,
punch the same rune.
yes, I'll do that. I feel a bit sorry for this person. After all, the conflict is over, and now he should be able to move again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's I think did I say lunch? No, I think I said under class. So yeah, I think you go to class, and they're also first year. They're actually in the same class as you, Image. Or they're taking the next class. So there's an awkward moment where like I think people split off the class, and this night comes with you, Image, to whatever class. What's your class next? What class is next for you?
I know. Looking at the list of teachers again. Maybe English, because that has majestic magenta and that's super loaded.
Ooh. Yeah, I think when you walk into the classroom though, they're already like it's only been like a few minutes since headmaster, but there's a poster in the classroom for like vote Diamond Dust, DD for press, already there. And there's a person there's like a student in a hoodie putting that up and then sees you and kind of like just squeaks and runs away from the room. Uh, and I think just because they have no one to talk to, Stalwart kind of looks to you and says, "You seem to be someone of importance."
I'm really not. I just get confused with someone who is sometimes. We should probably I don't know, take a seat or something. Can you sit in that?
They look down at their suit. I was told that this suit was magically readjustable. We shall test that then.
I mean, can you take it off?
I would prefer not to do that in public.
Ah, okay.
I hope you respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make you if you don't want to. You can sit by me though if you want. I mean, there's an empty chair.
They rub their head awkwardly, and it's just like, "Thank you. I meant to ask that, but I did not know how to say it." And I think they'll take a seat, and you can see the heavy armor kind of like almost like shrinks a bit because it becomes a bit tighter, so they can fit in the seat. They still have a big bulky armor as they sit next to you, and I think there's still a few moments before Majestic Magenta kind of comes in, and there's still like the poster for president, and they just kind of like, "So how do you know my liege?"
I mean, she goes to school here. She seems pretty cool. She knows what's going on. Didn't know that she had knights, but okay.
"Well, that is something we must rectify then." And they slam their their fist on the table in front of them. Table creaks a bit. "Our liege comes from a glorious lineage. She is royalty incarnate. She is a scion of a most beautiful royal house. She must see something quite in you, since you seem a friend of hers."
I think she kind of just wants to be not that. So maybe it's nice hanging out with people who also aren't. And Mary is clearly trying to connect the dots between her and Serenade and Kasey, and why does Kasey hang out with us? And she's coming up kind of blank.
I think Star Wars like nonsense. My liege has genes of royalty flowing within her. I think at least I think that's how genes work. She must know potential when she sees it. Tell me, who are you? I did not ask for your name. That seems very rude of me.
Oh, I'm Mary. Nice to meet you. And you're Stalwart, right?
Yes, stalwart.
Cool. Stalwart. Gonna remember that.
And I'll remember Mary as well. You are a nice person, it seems.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Yeah, and I think if there's anything else that's gonna happen here, Majestic Magenta just kind of like slouches, not slouches in, but kind of like glowers her way in, and then she sees the poster. It's like, ugh. Might I remind students in this upcoming student election that electioneering is strictly forbidden in school classrooms. For some reason, her eyes go on you, Mary.
Mary just kind of points over to the poster like that's not her face. Or her name.
I think Majestic kind of blinks and so like, oh right, and she has a moment of like, oh wait, yeah, like she realizes something, and then Amy just kind of like stalks up towards Stalwart and is like, you're a Svetnova Dread Knight. What the hell? What are you?
You're a transfer student. I just got here today.
Transfer student. They're wearing like a big beige coat, like a trench coat, and they just rifle through their pockets and they just look at their phone, which is still a weird thing to you, I guess, Mary. It's like, right. Oh, I guess the papers are in order. All right.
Mary lets out a breath she wasn't even really sure she was holding because she did not expect there to be any paperwork accompanying Stalwart.
Yeah, and Stalwart's kind of like, yes, you'll find that I have many who vouch for my good standing. I have signed the waivers. There is no invasion of Svetnova Dread from Svetnova Dread anytime soon. They nod, and Magenta rolls her eyes and says, "Well, it's nice to know Mary's found another weirdo to stick up for." I think she says it under her breath. As she kind of walks back to the front.
Mary deflates a little. But we'll like pull out her textbook or something where you can't see that she's disappointed.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I do want to make you roll something. Maybe you're not in the mood to like pierce someone's masks, right? Or are we wondering why this this teacher has?
I think a minute ago she would have been up for trying to pierce Stalwart's mask, but right now I don't think she's trying to figure out why Majestic Magenta is being mean to her. She's just going, yes, they're being mean. I don't know why. I guess it's a Tuesday thing.
Poor Mary just want to try her best. Yeah. I think because in the interest of time, I do want like just quick snapshot of the other characters as they go to class, like what they're doing. And then another last snapshot of Mary. I don't want that to be completely the last thing we see of her for today. Poor dear. But yeah. So yeah, it's tumultuous day. What's the last thing we see of Serenade for today?
I think Serenade has to take, I'm afraid history at some point, because actually that's something they're very bad at, because they have no idea about American history at all. And right now I think they and Mr. Wyatt are mostly trying to ignore each other.
Yeah, there's a moment where they just zip in and just go, right, 1802. What do you people know about 1800? And he sees you, and it's like 1802. And there's a moment where like, oh God, and but they just but he.
And I will answer him that was 217 years ago.
Correct, Serenade. That's correct. And he ignores you for the rest of the lesson. uh, for just because I need to bring this up because Agatha chose the face claim. Mr. White is played by Jamie Dormier. So just so you have a face on a douchebag. What's the last thing we see of Kasey for today?
I think we see Kasey hanging around the dorms, trying to sneak into the young superheroes, or what? The future
Future Heroes
superheroes
of
of,
America.
yeah, the future heroes of America, because she's getting very weird vibes about them, and she wants to follow them around and see what exactly is their deal. Because
Ooh. I do want to get on a roll from you. Actually no, we'll get the roll next time. And yeah, one more shot from Mary, just so because we don't end that, unless you want to end on that. Her being distraught. Are you okay with that, or do you have another idea?
Yes, she can be distraught, but probably like the back of the classroom as Majestic Magenta is getting on with the thing. Please ignore my kitten making a mess in the background. Just kind of casually pushes her book a bit to the edge of the desk so that Stalwart can, read off of that, because clearly they don't have a backpack in all of that armor. They must not have been prepared. And she's trying to help them integrate a little into the class.
Yeah, I think Stalwart kind of sees that kind of just unexpectedly, because for a while they've just kind of been sitting very still, almost like what am I meant to do? But yeah, you share the book, and they give you a look, and they're just you don't see them smile, but you kind of feel that like thanks. Yeah, no, actually no, they kind of didn't say thanks. No, thank you. They just yeah. Yeah, I think that's a nicer image to end on. Yeah, for sure. Actually, screw what I just said. I'll ask that role for Ludo, for Kasey, because I want to know. I want to see if we can end on a cliffhanger, depending on how this role
so
goes.
that's an assess situation on what?
Yes. Yeah, just assess.
Oh no, someone lowered my superior. Wait, what happened to my roll for reporting? Hey, it's open just now.
Yeah.
There you are. Oh no, a 5.
Oh Jesus. Okay. At least you're getting XP. So here's what happens. You're sneaking. You're trying to find the probably the club room of the Future Heroes of America. Probably. Where are you at? Are you outside their door or outside their window?
Oh, the window with Scribbler.
Yeah. So I think you try to peep in and you see that it's a campaign office inside there. There's someone has this weird steampunky sort of printer already printing out campaign posters. Yes, they're steampunk. You're meant to hate them. And there's some folks. There's some discussion going on, but as you kind of peek and see all that, you feel the air around you get cold. And you hear just this voice go, "Well, I was hoping to wait after school to get into a fight with you, Dread Queen." And the voice is up elevated above you, and you can feel the wind around you just get chillier, just a bit colder. And you turn around, you see floating in the air, arms crossed, wearing a fur coat. Don't worry, it's fake. You make sure it's fake. Just the nose looking down on you. It's Diamond Dust.
Should not you be inside preparing for your campaign?
When victory's so sure, I can let others do that for me.
How magnanimous of you.
I think we'll end there. Just that comic book panel with the two of you, just like facing off. How magnanimous of you, and the issue ends. And yeah, that's that's our first session of Masks Prospect Academy. Thanks very much, folks. I always like to get the thanks on the broadcast because y'all are great. Just just the usual great spectrum of funny and sad. It's mostly between funny and sad, I found, but and heartwarming. The middle is heartwarming. But yeah, no, thanks very much. I'll stop the broadcast now and we'll talk debrief and whatnot. But yeah, thanks again. And broadcast. Yes, I want to end the broadcast. So I press that button. Thanks, StreamYard.